There is one thing that ruins your productivity for the whole day, and it's not your phone. So a few days ago I went on a trip with my family to the other side of the country, and not gonna lie, this was a fun trip. You know, we went fishing the first thing in the morning, we woke up at like 6 AM, and we also spent the night on a camping site. And we also went to a cool island by boat and basically just explored the island and looked at how the locals live. There was a little village and we just rented bikes for 10 euro each, I think, and we just rode around on the gravel roads of the village. And we went to a museum and got to know more about the history of the island. However, there was one problem. During the whole trip I felt extremely unproductive. I know I'm supposed to enjoy the trip or holiday or whatever you wanna call it, and I did, sure. However, I just didn't feel as productive as I usually do. Yeah, when we were exploring or walking around or whatever, I didn't do any work because I wanted to be present and spend time with my family. But as soon as we got back to our camping site and we had completed all of the tasks for the day, I just became so lazy and felt like a sloth. Whenever there was free time, I was just laying around and I didn't do shit. I knew I could be reading a book or working out, however, I just felt as if my brain and body were just so drained and I didn't have any energy left. Like, it wasn't normal for me. Usually I have enough brain power to read books at the end of the day, however, at that time I just couldn't. So I just binge watched YouTube and played games on my phone. And I know it's not the worst thing in the world, however, it's still not good for me at all. I brought a book to read, however, honestly bro, I didn't even open it. But after the trip I thought about it and I actually realized why I was being so unproductive. And it all comes down to only one reason. The reason wasn't my phone, the reason wasn't that I didn't wake up at 5 AM, and it definitely wasn't the fact that I just didn't have that much time. The reason why I was so unproductive on my trip was that I ate carbs. It might sound kind of dumb that out of all things, bread was the thing that ruined my productivity for the whole trip. But it's completely true, bro. Like, nowadays I'm just so used to not eating any carbs at all, since when I only consume fats and protein basically, my mind feels so much more clear. Usually it's 10 eggs for breakfast, some meat like lamb or pork for lunch, and for dinner I usually have like a protein smoothie. But when we arrived at the town our campsite was in, we instantly went to a restaurant and I basically got some Chinese bread with some pulled pork and also some sweet potato french fries on the side, I think it was. And bro, it was fucking delicious. I got like a personal record amount of dopamine from that meal alone, because I hadn't been to a high-end restaurant in a year or so at that time. However, right after eating that, my mind instantly felt so blurry or tired. You know the feeling when you just consume the big meal and you just feel so tired that you want to go to sleep afterwards. So after that we got back to our camp, I just laid down, I watched YouTube shorts and shortly I fell asleep. And also the next morning we went to a cafe, got some pike cutlets and potatoes. And after that, of course, my brain couldn't function. I don't really know the science behind it, why carbs make you feel sluggish. Well, from my experience, bro, eating carbs just takes away my brain power. So the learning lesson in this video is just don't eat carbs, bro. If you want to achieve flow state and be focused for as long as possible, then in my opinion, just cut all carbs from your diet. And you will instantly notice the effects on your brain. Like, from my experience, cutting carbs is one of the most effective things you can do to actually become more efficient in your work or just be more in the present moment. Personally, I've never had to lose weight because I'm naturally skinny, but I also know that carbs help you lose weight, since if you're not eating carbs, you're just eating less calories. So that's one of the bonuses of that as well. Also, it's easier to cut carbs if you eat the same things every day, because I do that and it worked for me, and I think it would work for you as well. Bro, since you're still watching, I don't want this video to be a waste. So I'll give you an action you can do right now that will actually help you improve your life and your productivity. Simply write down or type into your notes app exactly what you're going to eat for tomorrow. Make it so the list has almost no carbs. You can add fruit, but things like grains or processed sugars are not good, so I don't recommend them. I'll even show some of the foods you can add to your diet on the screen. Just write a list of things that you'll eat tomorrow. You can even add what time of day you'll have these meals. And just try this diet tomorrow. I promise you, you will feel way more focused and way more present than normal. Like, there is no harm in trying it. If you don't like it, you can switch back to your fat well foods like candy or burgers. Also, something that really improved my focus was that I started drinking coffee every morning. You can also try it. But yeah, I really hope you can take action from this. Watch this video next. Thanks for watching, bro. See you in the next one.